Wow. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fine, thank you very much. I saw this film.
Was that a guy that just did that?
Was that the whooping?
I feel like a guy just went, woo!
Well, you know, at my age, I'll take anything I can get. I can't speak for you exactly, but so I go to the movie, and I understand you had the screening last night. I didn't get the invitation to the screening, but that's all right. But I really...
It was in Los Angeles, so...
Was it really? So you came in last night after the screening?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have made it, so...
But somehow you made it.
I own a DeLorean.
Anyway, owns a DeLorean. I ask people this all the time. It would be wildly uncomfortable for me if I was the star of a feature-length motion picture in a big screen theater with thousands of people. Are you uncomfortable?
It is wildly uncomfortable.
What do you do when you get there?
Well, for this screening, I wouldn't have stayed, but I had basically like 40 friends who came to the movie, so I felt like...
Friends in show business? Friends from...
No, like actual, like, you know, guys...
Like actual friends, not show business friends.
The ones that would still take you to the emergency room, even if they had an audition.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys. No, the guys you watch football with on Sunday, and you know, I felt like it was the first time they really were genuinely wanted to see me in a movie and not Mila Kunis or Cameron Diaz.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can't hold that against them.
No, I certainly didn't. But nevertheless, I felt like I had to sort of...
Now, how did it go? Do you have to say something before the show starts?
No, we just kind of walked in and they played the movie, and I sweated a lot. I remember that. And
had you seen the film before? You must have seen it before last night.
I saw bits and pieces, but I hadn't seen it totally mixed and, you know, looking as good as it did.
Yeah. So for me, not being in movies, thank God, I can sit there and say any kind of thing I want because you know, I don't know most of the people in the movies. When you're sitting there looking at yourself, what kind of stuff runs through your head?
Not good stuff.
Really? Like what? I mean, are you hypercritical of your appearance, of your performance, of your wardrobe? What?
Well, you're definitely critical of your performance.
Right.
Always. But I find the same with music too. If a song of mine comes on the radio, which sometimes it still does.
Really? Well, that's good too.
It's been a minute. No, but I find that I naturally want to change the channel because, and I find that you know, you listen to something that you did as well, or you watch something that you did, and you pick it apart.
So any scene that we may see in the movie, perhaps it's one of 4 or 5 takes, maybe one of 20 takes. Is that about what it is?
Well, it mostly depends on the director.
Right.
Yeah. David Fincher, who directed The Social Network, which I thought was a fantastic movie. Yeah. He was notorious. I mean, we would do for each setup, but we'd end up doing 70, 80 takes sometimes.
No, is that right?
Well, with different, you know, when you punch in for close-ups, and it all would add up.
Yeah. So now you, in your mind, I know this sticks with a person. You could be looking at that and you think, oh, damn, why that one? Does that happen?
That happens.
Yeah. And can you lobby? Can you go to the guy and say, I think that take number 42 was better than the bunch? It's all out of your hands, isn't it?
Not after the premiere.
Yeah. Well, no. We're just keep making changes.
Yeah, you can lobby, but I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
It's a great story for a film. Is it based on a book? It's what it feels like. Is it a novel?
It all came from the fantastical, weird, cerebral mind of Andrew Niccol, who had Gattaca. He wrote The Truman Show, and yeah, so it all came from from his weird brain.
It's a fascinating combination of stuff. And what I like, and maybe I can't say this, but you see a thing on your wrist. Can I say that?
Yeah,
you see this thing on your wrist, and when you're acting,
I came here to talk about it, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes people say, whatever you do, don't bring up the
right.
thing on the wrist.
I'm happy to spoil all of it.
Well, there's a thing on your wrist that shows you it's the running amount of time a person has left.
Right.
Now, I know that you don't have one of those on your wrist. So when you're acting, what are you looking at? Just
yeah, so that's basically the extent of the computer graphics that are in the movie is this green digital ticking clock
LED
on our arms.
kind of a thing or something?
Yeah. And so we just had to look at dots. They were just dots, and they did these sort of, they scanned our arms. It's amazing what they can do with technology. But they scanned our arms, and so they could, lay the effects in post. But when you're actually doing the scene, you're looking at 5 black dots with a Sharpie.
But now, do you have to be careful the position of your arm?
Specifically a Sharpie.
Product placement. But do you have to be careful with the position of your arm for that?
You mean like for close-ups?
Yeah, well, no, if you got a thing on your arm and later they're going to put the deal in there, it can't be here, it's got to be there, it's got to be... did they always say, okay, no.
Yeah, that's why they scan your arm, so hopefully if it is they scan it in 300, the full... I'm going to sound really stupid right now.
I think I've led us down a dead end. I'm sorry. I'm the king of the conversational cul-de-sac. But so anyway, the full. But here, if you wanted to,
the full girth of your arm.
If you wanted to give transfer time to me, you would do it like this.
Right. You would. Yeah. So it'd be with your right hand, and so if I'm on top, I'm taking time, and if you're on top, you're taking time.
Oh, that's how that works. Oh, okay. And how. I have found it to be true that if you're on top, you better take your time. Way back.
Yes.
Well, it's a fascinating and a fun movie, and you talk about. But you couldn't have sung in the movie, right? That would have been silly.
Nah, that would have been silly.
But do you ever think, oh, I want to be an actor more than I want to be a musician, or you can be both, right?
I grew up. My idols are Sinatra and Dean Martin, Gene Kelly.
Wow.
The guys
That's pretty good.
The guys who in the sort of height of their era did it all, and that it was kind of. They were kind of required to be able to do it all, and I don't know. I just
people are always begging you to do some kind of a musical, aren't they? They want you
a musical.
A musical film, yeah.
Yeah, that's been discussed.
Have you found anything that you would be comfortable in?
Not really.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it couldn't happen.
I would love to do a musical one day. I think there might be a way to sort of redefine what that could be for this era. That's not specific at all, is it?
No, that's fine. I know what you're thinking, because when I think of musical, it's like a Sound of Music, and I don't think you'd want to be.
Well, my problem with musicals, at least today, The Music Man was one of my favorite musicals because all the music was.
These people are older than I am. Jeez, God.
How
about Oklahoma?
But it's like my problem with musicals, and I think that my generation probably feels this way too. Is we're sitting here having a conversation, and all of a sudden we're singing. And, time stops. It's like,
but
what are you drinking in that coffee mug, Dave? What is he drinking in that coffee mug?
La 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 la. Hey hey. La 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 la. Hey hey. Let's
see. Now that was weird, wasn't it?
No, the movie opens on Friday, and probably will be one of the early big holiday blockbuster films. Don't you think?
I hope that you're correct.
Yeah. Way to sell those tickets.
That was terrible, wasn't it?
Well, no, it's just a little wishy-washy.
Go see the movie.
Yeah, there you go. What is the clip going to be here?
I think that this is a clip of one of the more aesthetically jolting parts of the movie where I'm introduced to Amanda's Seyfried's character's father and their house, and we should probably roll it because I'm really not explaining it well.
You're walking in a circle there, and the camera is also, it's like a geosynchronous orbit. It must be...
Little cat and mouse, if you will.
Yeah. Is it hard to act when you're walking in a circle and the camera is walking around you like that?
It's just as long as no one asks me to sing. It's mostly...
Oh, see, that would have been the perfect setup for a song. The beautiful
that
setting,
doesn't make it
lovely woman.
easy to get to know you. It doesn't make it easy to get to know you.
It doesn't make it easy to get to know you. We gotta get to know you. We gotta get to know you, and we love you too. Thank you very much. Well, the movie In Time opens Friday. Nice to see you again.